give me a second. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Trying to get the dust off my feet. Oh my God. Oh my. Hello again. Welcome to my channel. Oh my God. It is warm in here today. But I still, even on a hot day, I still like to have either coffee or tea. I don't know why. I just do. Anyway, don't really have a setup for anything with my other tea sets. I did, however, decide that I'm going to get my teacups out of those little drawers and I'm going to place them in the kitchen. I am just so scared that if something happens and for some reason they get knocked down, they're all going to break, or one or two are going to break. And then I am going to feel so sad if that ever happens. So I am going to take them and put them in the kitchen on top of my cupboards up there somewhere. Okay. Anyway, these are my boards. These are all my boards. If I can get more wood boards, I would. But for right now, I think these are fine. I love my Lazy Susan because when I come in here, the handle is always over here because I always sit it. But with the Lazy Susan, I just turn it around and now the handle is on my side. Now, one thing about drinking tea, again, it really relaxes you. It really does. Especially when you want to take that time, like you just want to get away for a little bit and you just want to not think about anything. A nice cup of tea will always do that. I drink, I think it's called Yogi Kava Stress Relief, and oh, I can't see. It erases tension and promotes relaxation, and that's usually what I need. Relaxation, especially everything. Well, after the passing of my husband, I don't really wear black anymore like I used to. I think I'm done with the mourning, so I'm trying to get back into color. Needless to say that when I do start, what do you call it? When I do start filming, you're basically always going to see me in the same shirt all the time. I don't have a big wardrobe, nor do I have the money to afford one. But there's most likely you'll be seeing me wear the same clothing all the time. It's just the way it is. I wish I could afford more, but as of right now, I have what I have. I'll use what I use, or whatever I can use. I'm not saying I don't. I mean, I do, but I have a lot of blouses. I went on a rampage when my husband died, and I was just so bent on mourning him that I went to Walmart, I went to a thrift store, and I bought whatever I can that was black. And I bought quite a bit. So I'm like, and at one point I can't really wear all this stuff. But you know what? I'm getting older. Everybody in my life are all getting older. I'm sure it'll come in handy, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I do have a lot of other clothes. A lot of bright color clothes, white, flowers and things like that. Mostly all summer stuff, actually. I really have to start buying some, like long sleeve shirts and things. Start getting ready for the winter. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the books that I've been reading. So one of them, it's on my Kindle. I always forget to bring my glasses over here. Oh, actually, I have a set here. On this board, actually, I have two boards on here. I have a small one, and then I have the big one. On the small one, I have my books, my glasses, notepads, pens, pencils. I have that all on here. I showed this yarn earlier, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this. And then I have my, and a ruler. I don't know why, but I always have this. I can't even get it up. I always have this ruler on there. I don't know. I guess whenever I need something or I'm doing crafts or something, it's good to know that I always have a ruler. So that's always there. I don't know what this is. It's a piece of something. Anyway, so the book on my Kindle, and I have to start writing down the titles of the books I'm reading because half the time I don't know what they are. And maybe I'm moving too fast because every time I noticed the camera is always out of focus. Okay, so on my Kindle, and it looks like this. But when I put it on, and this is the one I read at night because I don't have to worry about, there being, I can do it with the lights being off. And I swipe up. I don't know if you can see it, but there are my words. I don't know if you can see it. But this one was about, like I said, I didn't write down the title, but I did write that this one, and her name is Maeve. She's a landscape interior decorator. So she fixes, she goes around fixing buildings inside and out. And she owns her own business, of course. And right now she's in between two admirers. One, I think, is in London, and another one is in Ireland. So even though it's kind of like in the same area, they're still little worlds apart. She likes playing. It looks like she's playing both fields, and it's like she's dating this one guy in Ireland, and then she's kind of like trying to get together with the guy that she met in London. I can't even read my own handwriting. And then she's dealing with an aunt. That's why she went she went to the doctor because she wasn't feeling good, and the doctor said, "You've been working too hard and you need to take a break." So she decided to go see her aunt in Ireland. And her aunt, her name is Phil, And her husband died not too long before Maeve got there. And somehow, some way, he had like a secret life. So they're trying to uncover what it was that he was doing when he was alive, and why all this money was coming into the house, in Phil's house, her aunt's house, and they didn't know where it was coming from. So I'm at that point where they're now figuring out what happened. So he was playing. He became a writer, and he was playing another person as a writer. And because he was writing books, all this money was coming in. So Phil, the aunt, she's like furious, of course, because she didn't know, and kind of like felt misled by him. And so now they're trying to figure out if they are, do they owe them more money, or what's going to happen with these books that haven't even been published yet that he wrote. That's where I'm at on that one. The American Pop, this one, there's so many names in here because it's a story built on somebody who built an empire of a cola company, and it was called Pensacola. And it always goes back to, it has like 3 generations. It goes back to the 1830s, where they were in, what are those carriages with the wheels, with the canopy on top? And then it jumps from there to like 1930s or 40s again, and it's kind of like mid-generation. And then it jumps into the future, which is like 1975 or something. So it's like 3 generations of stories, and it's always going back and forth, back and forth. But one thing I did learn already, because it was about an empire being built, it also said that the empire became great because of its name. And that was funny because McDonald's basically went through the same thing. Because I remember at one point in the movie, what was his name? Oh my God. The one who played the guy who took over McDonald's in the documentary or movie or whatever it was, McDonald's. It was on Netflix. The real McDonald asked the guy who took over, what was it? How did you do it? How did you manage to make all this happen? And he goes, right, I mean, I don't know the exact words. He goes, yeah, you don't even know. You don't even know how this whole thing came about. And he goes, well, I'm going to tell you. Your name. McDonald. Your name. And the same thing he was talking about in this book. How did Pensacola get to be so big? Its name. They didn't want to call it anything else. They just named the cola from where it was, where it came from. So already, I'm already learning, a little bit here and there about, making a business, or if you do start a business, what are you going to call it, or how is it going to become great? The name. So that was really, really interesting. That both stories came out with the same thing. Or he could have gotten it from that. I don't know. I don't know. They're writers, you know. But yeah, I'm really into both stories. I read one in the morning and then I read one at night. So, and of course I do my devotionals in between. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to show you, and I was like, I have to make this thing because for me it's like, it's essential. I have to see if I can do this. So I ended up making a little teacup. Turn it around so you can see the handle a little bit better, and it looks like that. Over here so you can see it. Get out of the way. So it came out really cute and I was really happy about it. And what I did to this is that I made it out of a shell stitch, and what I did to it was I sprayed it with some fabric stiffener, and it did a real nice job. It's nice and hard. And I put a little bit of hairspray too, just to give it that extra touch to make sure that it doesn't, flop down. So it is pretty sturdy. Now, what I do want to do with this, I mean, I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do, but I think what I want to do is that I want to maybe glue a little spoon, and maybe with a couple of little sugar cubes and maybe some flowers on here. And I bought these at Dollar Tree, and I thought they were so adorable. They're little tea sets, and not tea bags. And I said, you know what? I'm buying these because what I want to do is put one little box in here and there, and then just dress it up maybe with a cookie in front or a cookie in the back, or prop it up somehow with the spoon and the 2 sugar cubes and maybe a flower on here. So I thought it would be so cute as a little gift. So I'm really happy that I was done with this, and I was like, oh my God, it came. My son saw it and he was like, that's really cute. And I had made this like, I don't know how many years ago, decades ago, but it wasn't as thick as this one. It was more thinner. It was a lot more thinner, but the same concept. So I was really happy. It came out cute, and I can't wait to make, a few more. Probably different colors, light colors, maybe a pink one, a green one, I don't, but I did want to, that's why I brought this roll, because I really do want to use this thread. This thread is a lot thinner than this one. So I'm going to give it a go with this one and see how it comes out, because I know I did use a thin thread and it didn't look like this. It just had a whole different delicate look, and it was way prettier. So I'm going to give it a go with this thread, and we'll see how it comes out. Okay, so that's it for now, and I'll try to come out with another dish of a cup, and I'll show you I did make some fall cookies, so I'll show you how my leaf cookies came out, and we'll take another drink of tea, and I'll get my little teapot out, and we'll drink a different flavor. Okay, so like a fish in the sea, so glad you caught me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.
Hey, Grandma.